My unit plan focuses on DNA structure and heredity, and my 7th grade students will be using their multiple intelligences as well as technology to make these connections. All of the Common Core standards I chose focus on how students can relate their scientific skills such as measuring, researching, making models, graphing, examining, and explaining how DNA structure works and how it's connected with heredity. The technology standards I chose for my students help facilitate those scientific skills that my students will need through research, problem solving, 3D models, and computer use for some 3D models students will make. My unit plan is 4 weeks long, which consists of 16 class periods that are each 56 minutes long. The way I structured these 4 weeks for my students is that every student will be involved in whole class learning about each topic we'll cover in this unit. For example, all students will learn about Gregor Mendel's experiments with his pea plants. They'll be able to explain how genes and alleles are related through Punnett squares. They'll know the difference between genotypes and phenotypes. They'll be able to build a 3D model of DNA. They will research genetic disorder topics and discuss them with peers. They'll be able to explain DNA replication as well as dominant versus recessive traits. To incorporate my students' different multiple intelligences, after whole class learning, each student will then branch off according to their different MI strengths. Essentially, for each topic discussed as a whole class, students will complete a project that will be the same regardless of multiple intelligences, but each will have a slight twist according to their MI. For example, every student will be completing a trait survey in which the students will take a survey of dominant and recessive traits of students within their own class. However, how each student displays their data will depend on their different multiple intelligence. My big takeaway from this project has been just how important multiple intelligences are to my students. Even though every student should be expected to complete a certain activity or to show expression of mastery of a certain content area, I should give them options in order to allow them to shine in their own specific ways, in order to allow them to learn the best way they can. While it might be hard work and long hours to create different rubrics for each multiple intelligence in my classroom, I think it will be well worth it, and my students will absolutely appreciate being able to learn in their own style as well as show what they have learned through their different intelligences.